guys, welcome back. We got a 2004 Suburban over here, and he cannot put gas in his vehicle. It always clicks. 50 cents and it's clicking. So we're going to go through the system. I'm going to explain to you how it's supposed to operate, somewhat with not great detail, but enough so you'll understand what's going on. Hey guys, and just a little added note. This friend of mine, he brought me a vent valve right from the beginning. I don't need you to bring me any parts because you don't know what's going on yet. You know, watch my videos. Don't bring me parts, guys, because I'm not trying to. That part was 60 bucks. So he would have lost 60 bucks that fast, and I did not replace the vent valve. So don't bring me no parts. Just come on down there, let me check it out, and let me save you some money. I guess he was watching too many YouTube videos, and he said, I need a vent valve. I'm gonna bring Hayes' vent valve. That's what he needs. YouTube videos are awesome, but you gotta do your testing. You just can't say, oh man, you know, yeah, they said it was a vent valve, you know, and roll the dice, right? You can't do that. You got to get in there and check it. And once you check it, then it's a vent valve. Yeah, change the vent valve. But when you got a vent valve, charcoal canister, plugged up line, a kinked up line, and you got all these variables, you're guessing, okay? So anyways, enough fun. Let's get to this vehicle. All right, that lays on top of the gas tank right there. All right, this hose right here goes to your purge valve, which is on the front of the vehicle. The purge valve, all right? Okay, but let's talk about this hose. That's the hose we were just looking at from underneath the vehicle. Now follow the hose. It goes all the way around, it loops around, and it comes right here. And that one goes directly to the charcoal canister. My hand is the charcoal canister, okay? So it goes in through there. So air flows through my charcoal canister. All right, and on the other side of the charcoal canister, you got another hose that comes around and plugs into the vent valve. All right, that vent valve solenoid is opened all the time. So if you remove that vent valve, you should be able to blow through the vent valve and it'll be like a straw. Okay, if it's blocked up, that would be your problem. So you would need to change the vent valve. All right, it's a charcoal canister, which I see a lot. All the BBs start falling out of the charcoal canister, which creates the clogs and no airflow, because you need that airflow so you can vent the tank. If this is plugged up anywhere along this line to the charcoal canister or to the vent valve, you won't be able to get gas in your car because you're putting gas in that car. For the people that I have to explain things to, and I don't mind, when you put gas in that car, you got to figure that gas is raising, which means that for the air is raising, it's got to go somewhere, otherwise it's jammed in there. So it has to be released and go through your hoses, and then it pushes out and pushes out. You guys get that? So if there's a clog anywhere in this line, charcoal canister more than likely, or the vent valve is seized closed, you won't be able to vent that air coming up to the tank. You won't be able to vent it, it'll be stuck. So you can't fill gas. All right, this is just a simulation. This is your gas tank, all right? This little hole right here is where you're pumping your gas in, okay? This is that big hose on top, all right? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and plug up that hose, and I'm putting gas in the car. It ain't got nowhere to go. So if you're putting gas in that car, it's just gonna keep clicking and clicking, and you're gonna be 20 minutes at the gas station trying to fill up your car. So now if you didn't have a clog, this is my clog right here. Anywhere in that line, charcoal canister, vent valve. All right, it can breathe and you can get gas. All right, that's how it's supposed to work for better understanding. All right, let's get to it. In your truck. Okay, so this part right here also plugs into the charcoal canister. All right, so you have 3 plugs to the charcoal canister. All right, just so you can get a visual, here's the charcoal canister. The bottom the empty spot is the big line that we've seen while the hose is on the ground. That comes up to the top of the tank. There's a hose from there to the top of the tank, okay? That little skinny hose is the purge valve. That's where it sucks the vapors out of the gas vapors out of the charcoal canister and into your motor for better gas efficiency. And this other line on the top left, that line goes to the vent valve, which is right there. There's only one hose on the vent valve and an electrical connector, which opens and closes the valve to close for, you know, when it closes the valve, that means the purge valve is activated, the computer turned on the purge valve, and it's sucking vapors to your motor for better gas efficiency. All right, so there's an electrical connector. I don't have it connected right now, but the point was, this is part of the venting system. So what you could do, you could disconnect that from up top and you can fill up your tank normally in case you don't have the money to spend to get another vent valve if it's shut closed, or the charcoal canister is plugged up and you can't afford that. To get gas, you just have to disconnect that hose, and that way you'll have airflow. Your emissions is not going to work correctly, meaning you're not going to get as much gas mileage as you could. So what I'm going to do right now, because I still got a clog somewhere, I'm going to find out where it is. So I'm going to inject some air in this hose up top of the still tank. Let's see if it's plugged up. See if it's plugged up somewhere. No, and it's not. And I did that when it was off the vehicle. I'm just doing it for video purposes. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my air to the charcoal canister, which is brand new, and see why it's not flowing for me. Something is clogged up. On this. So I am going to do some more testing on it sometimes. It's coming right out. I gotta tell you, when you do jobs like that, it's important to have an airline to do this job, because you not only got to get BBs out of these hoses back here, but you also got to get the BBs out of the Evap, the purge line that's going to the engine, because you'll have BBs when you have a busted up canister. All those BBs will try to get to the motor through the pit. Well, it's not going to go in the motor, but the RBB is going to be all in that line. Fill that line up, filled with BB. So you're going to have to blow it out. When you disconnect everything, you're going to have to blow it out from the purge valve back here, or go the other way, whatever way you want to blow the line out through, from the back or from the front. You got to get all them BBs out. Okay. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and plug this thing back up, and I should be just fine. Everything is clear. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and plug this line back up, and let's go get some more gas just to verify my work. And yeah, that's what we're going to do.